Okay, here are the tunes.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
Thank you.
Come with us on a journey into the unknown, the unexplained, and the unbelievable. We will test your senses and challenge your beliefs. A world where science and religion clash. Or do they? You will meet real people and hear real stories, but you will not believe. You will witness strange sights and hear strange sounds, but you will not believe. This is the New England Ghost Project. Welcome to the nightmare.
Well, good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to you all. And a very, very, very special happy birthday wish to Mrs. Stevens. I am Ron Kolick, your host, and you are
Mrs.
not.
Stevens?
What?
Who's Mrs. Stevens?
I don't know. Stephen Parsons.
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
God, I
happy
am so
birthday to Mrs. Stevens.
I rolled that out so good too. Oh well.
That went well. And
Mrs. Stevens.
yeah, and thanks for calling me the man-child.
It's a joke. You know that. You could take that. That's called satire here in the UK.
Is it? What's it called in
Sure.
America? Sarcasm.
Sure. What's the difference between sarcasm and satire? Is it delivery?
Probably.
Anyway, it's only because you're a lot like me. You think young.
Mrs. Stevens.
Yeah, I know that was good. You're gonna have to tell her that.
Yeah.
Stephen Scott, Stephen Parsons. I get them all freaking mixed up. How do I know? Too many Stevens in my life.
Well, before we, there's a good segue there, because I want to lower. I want to just make it a little bit more serious for a moment, just to acknowledge the passing of someone who's been on the show actually,
Really?
Dr. Stephen Brody. Browdy,
Why do I know that name?
because he's been on the show.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. 1,000 people on your show. I don't remember the names.
Well, sadly, he died earlier this week.
He was involved in the SPR.
He was a notable American parapsychologist.
Oh, he's the one with the gold flake person. Was he the one? That one?
No, he's the jazz musician. I think you're thinking of Lloyd.
No. No. This one was doing a case on this woman that could get sudden gold flakes on her body.
Oh, possibly. Anyway,
Yeah, I think it was.
He received his PhD in philosophy from the University of Massachusetts Amherst.
My neck of the woods.
Then moved on. President of the Parapsychological Association, editor-in-chief of the Journal of Scientific Exploration.
Wow.
And a very well-established, very well-known parapsychologist.
Researcher, yeah.
And we just like to take a moment just to acknowledge his work and his passing.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. He did do the gold leaf lady.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when I look at some of the, now that I'm involved with Pararex all the time, and we upload a lot of the old episodes, and I look at the guests we've had on the show, and quite frankly, they're
Who the hell they are?
quite amazing. Yeah, I forget their names, but that's besides the point. I see it when I put them up there. It's like, oh, I remember that. But anyway, yeah.
Nice to know the dementia's only slowly advancing.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so my brain's just trying to keep up with my body. That's all.
What into decrepitness?
Into decrepitness, exactly.
Actually, that's the wrong way, isn't it? Decrepitude.
Decrepitude, is it?
I think so.
Where's the Nazi police when we need them? What was that?
Oh, I got a new Christmas present. You know how
Oh,
you
what'd
remember
you
you
get?
got your microphone?
Yes, dear.
I got the bullshit button.
Is that what it said?
What?
I couldn't hear exactly what it said.
Oh, bear with.
I'm sorry. Anyway, is that what it was? A bullshit button? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. I could pull out mine, and I'm sure I have something that. Yeah. We could have the battle of the machines.
Well, mine's got an American accent. Does yours have a British accent?
No.
I
Mine-
say, Chava, sounds like bullshit to me.
Really?
Well, no, I mean that's what a British one would say.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, all right. So it's the new year. Things are exciting, but I've got a bunch of stuff to talk to you about. That some of it I find interesting. Others I find a little bit annoying.
Now
So
trepidation.
yeah. So let's look at
Yeah, let's move on.
yeah.
Go on then.
Let's look at this first thing, and I'm not sure, of course, if you're aware of it or aware of it or not. And as I go to pull it up, oh, here it is. There it is. Okay. On January 24th, 2026,
Yeah.
witnesses in major cities like New York, London, that would be your country, Tokyo, Sydney, reported large luminous spears falling from the sky.
Wow, that's in that's in about 3 weeks.
On the 4th?
No, you said January the 26th, 2026.
No. I said January 4th. Whatever. What difference does it make? Anyways, these large things, you're in the past, so it could be the future. Anyways,
Sorry.
physical the spears, so these big spears fell from the sky. Physical properties, the spears were reportedly beach ball size, translucent, and contained emitted a pulsating glow. Defying physics, they descended at an unnaturally slow rate and remained intact upon landing. Reported effects, individuals who came in close proximity reported a profound sense of peace and clarity, while others claimed to experience altered states of consciousness after touching them.
Wow.
So have you ever heard of these? Steve?
The bullshit button doesn't work
Oh, well. Well,
because there is no verified information or news reports at all of multiple spears falling from the sky in January 2026.
January 4th, their exact day.
Yeah, it's a made up story.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Whatever. There's actually people who went on to explain it.
Yeah.
So a made up story got explained.
It's the whole thing's a fake. The whole thing is a big made up
So
story.
you do know this.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was quite quickly debunked as an internet sort of one of these viral nonsensical fake news things.
Oh,
Sorry. It was actually based on an earlier sphere that had allegedly been found in 2025 called the Booger sphere, which was another viral story without really much verification. But this was a single metallic sphere that somewhere in Central America, and sparked widespread speculation about alien origins, and weird properties were ascribed to it. It was likely either an art project or something such as a large industrial ball valve.
That one was we had one of those in Florida. I don't know if it's the same one, but that grew
Could be.
international attention.
Could be. I mean, there's also these big spherical things that have fallen in the past, which have turned out to be the big liquid oxygen tanks from rockets.
Oh, really? Stuff fall from space? No, can't happen.
So I'm sorry, your multiple spears falling from the skies in major cities around the world is, as the Don would say, fake news.
I love it. I love that we were able to. Well, but you were able
Well,
to
we
debunk it.
didn't. But yeah, I did notice it earlier in the week, and I thought that sounds interesting because there was a very interesting photograph that was taken at a British airport. I think it was 2024, that showed a large sphere on the airfield,
Oh,
that's never been satisfactorily debunked. And I thought, oh, perhaps it was, and then no, this one was quickly um,
shot.
revealed to be an internet sort of fake thing that somebody done.
And speaking about balls,
Yeah.
the Boxing Day anomaly, December 26, 2025, cited globally. These basket-sized orbs were reported to phase through solid objects and respond to human emotions, allegedly including spiritual awakening and some.
Yeah, this is the same story.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is this. There are several versions of it that kicked off just around Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, balls.
So both of these are balls, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, you know, as I previously published paper was entitled "Orbs are a load of balls."
I love it. Is that available somewhere?
Several places.
Oh, we should put that link on our page so that people can.
In fact, I think the original source of it comes from Unexplained Phenomena Daily. This was some sort of I don't know whether they instigated it or they were the first to start reporting it, but it was quite quickly debunked January the 4th.
That's a shame.
Never mind.
No, that's sad. Very sad. I was quite smitten by
If you scroll down the article to the very bottom, which I've just done, it says the content was created in partnership but with the help of artificial intelligence.
Oh, there you go.
So it looks like somebody's written a story.
No, this was a different thing, I believe, but
no, on this day in 2026, January the 4th, a bizarre and unexplained phenomena occurred in various parts of the world. Witnesses reported seeing large luminous spheres falling from the sky, each about the size of a beach ball. The spheres appeared to be made of an unknown translucent material that emitted a soft pulsating glow. Eyewitnesses' accounts poured in from major cities such as New York, London, Tokyo, and Sydney.
See, that's more than I have.
Yeah. So as the spheres descended, they seemed to defy the laws of physics.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's almost word for word what you were reading, which is why I
probably was. This is, I'm not going to lie. This came from AI, so
yeah, they're all cutting and pasting from one another. That's what normal happens. So.
All right, so right along that same line, how about the Horizon Air Mystery? On December 30th, 2025, Flight 1225 vanished from radar for 48 hours, only to land at its destination on January 1st, 2026.
This is
the crew and passenger, no memory of missing.
I know this. In fact, this has appeared in a book. In fact, several times. There are different versions of it. One, the aircraft disappeared in 1960 something and reappeared in the 1980s. This latest one it's the same thing. It was previously done with Alaska Airlines. They did one, and it was also repeated in a TV series. It's quite an old one. This idea of the plane disappearing off radar and then reappearing days, weeks, months, decades later.
Yes.
With all the passengers sitting there going, "Oh, I thought we were going to LaGuardia."
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there are versions from 2018.
Yeah, I see that actually.
All the way back to the
movie on one of them, actually.
Yeah, 1950s, 1960s, blah blah blah. It's just another rehash of the we were a bit late at the gate, darling. which is how it's sometimes, if you're looking for it, it's often called "We were late at the gate" or "They were late at the gate,"
Yeah,
or
cool.
different versions of that. But it's a very, very old one, actually. I say it does go back over 50 years.
Like I said, I swear I saw it on Twilight Zone, the original
Yeah,
Twilight.
yeah, yeah. It was. I think there was a version of it on the Twilight Zone, and I think it's loosely based on a real disappearance, but not reappearance
Right.
of a British South American Airways Avro Lancastrian of I can't remember the name of the airline now. Sorry, the called Star Aerial or Star Tiger was the name of the aircraft, and it disappeared on a flight between London and South America via the Azores back in the late 1940s, very early 1950s, and
Oh, wow.
it's kind of based on that story, that account, and then it's been extrapolated to become. Oh, and then they came back.
Yeah.
Spielberg actually incorporates a version of it in the opening of Independent. What was the film with
Can't help.
the mountain?
Oh, yeah, the one with the potatoes.
Yeah, the one where he makes
The hell was the name of that?
It's the what's the matter with my brain today?
You're hanging around me. Anytime you go
Remember
around
all
me, you
that,
lose
but
your
I can't
freaking
remember the
mind.
name of the film.
It's not what the hell is the name of that film? Damn it. Yes, right. That's the Devil's Tower in Utah. The guy makes it in his mashed
Yeah,
potatoes.
yeah. Well, in the opening sequences of that, you've got the return of the Avengers that disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle, and you've also got the aircraft story, where they return after disappearing years earlier. Spielberg acknowledges it in the film, right at the opening sort of sections.
How come we can't think of the name of that? It's driving me nuts.
That's bizarre.
Why can't we think
My
of it?
problem is I started to say Independence Day, which of course threw my brain into disarray, and I can't remember the name of the damn film now.
I was going to say the Fifth Dimension or something, but that's not right either. It's like
Do.
oh, Close Encounter of the Third Kind.
It's C3K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
In the opening sequences of Close Encounters, there is actually a sequence based on this story with the airliner pulling up at the gate and the passengers going, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Yeah. So another of the I don't know why they've all popped up so much this at the start of the year. It's been quiet news, or were they just distracting us from Venezuela?
I don't know what's going on. It's the same old crap all the time. If you look paranormal news on the internet, you're gonna get paracons. Ghosts. That's all you get.
It's amazing how often, and this, I mean, being serious for a moment, you see this with a lot of the urban myth
Legends,
ghost
yeah.
stories, the road ghosts and the white ladies. In fact, even here locally, we've got the same ghost story in 4 locations down a 25-mile length of the coast. The white lady seen on the cliff looking out to sea. Her
Maybe
husband.
she got around. I don't know.
Well, each location claims a slightly different identity, but all of them have exactly the same story.
Yeah.
And of course, there are endless numbers of phantom hitchhikers and road ghosts.
Oh God, yes.
And it's the same story that just gets transposed. And I guess these clickbaity type titles are just being rehashed, presumably by AI systems that are just trawling.
Especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, because the AI systems are just trawling the internet looking for content.
Yep. So how about this one? New Year's Eve anomaly, December 31st, 2025 at midnight. A massive pulsating orb was seen over major global cities, accompanied by a low hum which simultaneously electronic devices worldwide allegedly displayed the cryptic message, "This time has come, the truth will be revealed."
Excellent. Well, I mean, this is a mixture here. You can see it. You've got the orb story that was that you we
Lots of
started
orbs.
that we started with. This is condensed into one. You've got the Hummadras,
Yep.
mixed in there, and at the end of every year, particularly in decade years, or we saw a lot in 1999 with the new millennium, um, forecasts of doom and gloom for the coming year, or revelations to come. In fact, one of the things I do over Christmas every year, just because Christmas is, after you've opened the gifts and eaten the turkey, it's one of the things I tend to do is look at all of the predictions. How many times will the world end in the next coming year?
Yeah.
And it happens every year. And I make a little note of them, and then thank God I dodged a bullet. I think it was 28 times last year. The world dodged a bullet.
Don't count it.
Um, so it's kind of like the end of the year. Like all of the newspapers carry the astrology predictions for the year ahead, and I think that one's just a mixture. I think AI there got three stories and joined them all together.
Well, kind of like remember when I did the AI on you, and it had you as a magician, but
Yeah,
also as a ghost hunter. So you
Yeah.
were two in one.
yeah. I mean, this is the flaw with AI systems at the moment. And we've done shows about AI. In fact, we've incorporated AI into the shows, and sometimes it's interesting, and it's enlightening to see the future potentials of AI. But at the moment, most of the AI models are very much in the learning phase, and a lot of AI systems that are currently, like Google has one, and it's like if you type anything now into Google, it comes up with what it calls an AI overview. It's really just the summary with a link to about 10 web pages.
Yeah.
And you can click on them. So
Guess,
it's not,
guess what I'm in?
yeah,
The
it's
Google
not,
AI summary.
yeah, it's not really AI. It's just, summarizing the content of several web pages and then
Basically, a
providing.
search engine.
Yeah, it's just a search engine. So it's not really demonstrating. In fact, AI is now being attached to almost everything in a really strange way. It's like the new buzzword. It used to be. I mean, a decade or two ago, they just stuck the letter I in front of everything. iNews,
Yeah,
iDrive, eyeglasses,
remember that? Yeah.
and then before that it was E. They put the letter E in front of everything, suffixed it with E, prefixed it with E. And AI is now we'll chuck AI into it. I saw an advert for a normal digital camera, but it has AI focusing.
Ooh,
Ooh, it works exactly the same as every other camera,
yeah,
but
it's automatic.
yeah. But this has got AI.
Right.
It's just the latest buzzword. Make
So,
people think it's clever.
so this is kind of interesting, and let me see.
We're being proper AI spoil sports tonight, aren't we?
I guess we are. So they talk about. We've talked about in the show before. Where is it? I just lost it. Oh, here it is. And January 2nd, 2026, intense sighting of mysterious lights in Hessendalen, Norway, were reported, with witnesses describing them as moving intelligently and in information.
Give me the year date again.
January 2nd.
Not the well. That's actually a very famous case.
Yes,
The Hasdalen lights.
we've talked about it.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I think that they are been documented. I think it was back in the 1980s.
With the iron or something.
There were people out there with people they didn't camp, but they used, they stayed on site with cameras running and they were captured on camera.
Right.
The activity, the peak was back in the 1980s, because I remember it as a youngster, the Hasdallen lights.
Yeah.
And they last, in some instances, I think the recordings, some of them lasted between just flashes of light to others that sort of lasted many, many minutes. They're very famous.
Yeah. And
They still,
this is based on a true event.
well, not just, it is a real phenomena.
Yeah.
And it was ascribed to ufology. It was ascribed to the Russians doing stuff over the border. They've been, there's all manner of scientific studies and theories that have been studied. Some of them obviously suggest that they're just astronomical bodies, aircraft, car headlights, mirages, what the Russians were doing. The
I
people have
saw
looked at
something
them.
about there was like iron content or something in the mountains that are in the valley there,
Yeah,
and there's some kind of
there are
ionization that occurred.
people, some of the skeptical community say that they were explained by piezoelectricity, which is what you just talked about.
Right. Yeah.
But others have disputed that and said that they don't conform to, and they've looked at the light spectrum of these things. There was a study published about 10 years ago, I think, that said that they were like some sort of, the valley itself was acting like some sort of geological battery, with the different minerals on different sides of the valley, and then the river running through the middle. But it's a very famous phenomenon, and I believe it's still ongoing.
Yeah. Well, according to this, it is.
Although
But
the frequency has, much decreased in recent years.
the
And
interesting thing about this, Steve, though, is that we know that this occurs because we've talked about it on the show, and there are many
there are
films,
photographs and videos
right,
and
everything, right.
taken properly by competent people.
Right. So the interesting thing is that witness has described them as moving intelligently in information. So here we have basically the witness, which you and I both know is not the most reliable source of evidence in the world. But it's just like we look at pareidolia of a picture in a window or something, and people see faces and stuff like that all the time. So it's what you
It's
make
how
of it, really.
Well, the other problem you've got is because it's a single point of light in the sky, or multiple single points of light in the sky. You've got no frame of reference to judge anything like speed, distance, size against. And so, if you stand at the end of Logan's runway, say about 10 miles, but directly in line with the runway, what you will see is a lot of lights all appearing not to move until the plane turns away from you or turns left or right. And then it'll suddenly appear to accelerate away in an controlled way that defies the laws of physics. What you're seeing there is a perspective shift problem, because it doesn't matter how fast the object is coming towards you. If it's coming towards you in a straight line, there is no relative movement.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you on that. The other thing, which I will be so glad when it disappears, is 31 Atlas.
Oh, is it? Hasn't it gone yet?
No, they keep coming up with stuff. Scientists A.V. Loeb highlighted unexplained shifts in the course of the object, which is perfectly aligned with Jupiter Lagrange points, leading in speculation that it might release artificial devices. How the hell do we get to be artificial devices from?
I mean, the guy is a respected astrophysicist, but I don't know how he still had any. I don't know how he has any credibility left.
I think he's in the magic mushroom stuff. I don't know.
That's one thing, because every time NASA go, no, it's doing exactly what we expected it to do.
Or even if we don't, we're learning from it because we don't know everything about, especially objects that come from another.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're. I mean, they are conventionally extraterrestrial,
Right.
but they're not, necessarily controlled by little green men sitting inside.
God, no.
But this guy seems to enjoy
something
his
comes off it. By the way, comets shed lots of stuff. I hate to tell you, hence the tail. But how do we make that jump into artificial devices?
I think this guy just likes his 5 minutes of media fame.
Yeah, I think so too.
Anyway, we've got an ad break.
Yeah, I know. It's just so interesting. All right, we do have to go. Oh yeah, you're listening to Ghost Chronicles International right here on TogiNet and Pararex Radio. We'll be right back after the following messages.
Do you have a paranormal event, book, or something else you want people to know about? Then why not advertise it on Ghost Chronicles Radio? With over 150,000 downloads a month, get your message out to an audience that's interested in the subject. We have a plan at a cost that fits your needs. For more information, contact Ron Kolick at anyghostproject@comcast.net or call 978-455-6678.
Located in Illinois, there lies a sleepy little town where nothing is a common occurrence.
You going to that party in town tonight?
Heck yeah! I only turned 18 once.
That is until the night of celebration.
Where the hell is she? Oh no. No, Jessica!
What's happening?
From the creators of Shadowhunters, Bite Me, comes a tale of primal terror and grindcore mayhem. Shadowhunters, kill, Jessica, kill!
Are you reading me? Come in. Hello? Greetings from the Shadow, and welcome to Shadowzine. My name is Jeff Belanger. I'm an author, podcaster, and explorer of the unexplained. For 30 years, I've been investigating the paranormal, UFOs, monsters, and things that bump in the night. Lately, you may have noticed how major TV networks and even social media networks have been pushing our favorite subject back into the shadows. I say good. That's why I launched Shadowzine, a monthly underground publication that covers your favorite topics in depth by some of the leading writers and researchers out there. If you're looking for 30-second TikTok clips, go somewhere else. If you're ready for a deeper dive, put down your phone and pick up Shadowzine. You can't find it in stores. This is old school print. Head to shadowzine.com and be part of the underground revolution. That's shadowzine.com, and I'll see you in the shadow.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of tonight's 2 hours of Ghost Chronicles Mayhem. This is the debunking AI edition.
It sounds that way, don't it?
Yeah, I think we've entitled tonight's show for the podcast.
The debunk.
Or we could just call it Orbs a Load of Balls.
I hate that word, by the way, debunk.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it's
But that's what we're doing. We're
true. Fair enough.
driving a wedge of critical thought into the world of AI.
I like critical thought. That's much better. So, anyways, here's the next thing I got, and this is really irritated me.
Okay.
And I think it might rattle your feathers, but I could be wrong. After all, you do like Bigfoot. Uh,
I do.
so, one of the as you know, I manage Pararex Radio, and a lot by doing the program, I have to listen to
You
some
mean
of
you own it?
yeah, that too. By listening to some of the can't say that. It's just like drives
Does
me
that
nuts.
mean that you're now CEO?
I am. I am. Not only a lord, but a CEO. Yes, so there you go.
Wow.
Wow, amazing, huh?
I'm not worthy.
And I live in the love shack. So there you go. But anyway, so when I do the
352 song.
I
Google it.
can't hear it though. It's just doggone it. It's not coming through. Somehow you're just going through your mic, right?
Yeah.
Should be going through your computer or
Sorry.
whatever. That's the problem because I just can't hear it. Anyway, so I have to listen to some of the shows sometimes as I'm doing the program and stuff. So I was listening to
God.
one show, and they had the host. Now this is a nationally syndicated show. It's a big show, and it's they had the host and the guest on, and the gist of the whole thing was science has no role in the paranormal.
Okay.
So you think that's do you want to hear more or do you want to?
Yeah. No, it sounds intriguing. Genuinely.
So he says the paranormal is so without the beyond the bounds of science that science is useless for it. So therefore, it's not even worth doing science or or applying any of the sciences to it.
Okay.
So that's the gist.
How do we study it then?
You don't just
We
by
just-
eyewitness accounts, and we know what eyewitness accounts are since we just
So
had
we just go, yeah, wow. So there were thousands of orbs falling from the sky because here's an eyewitness account.
Yep, absolutely.
Makes sense to me. What's your problem?
And the the other thing, well, science can't explain anything. It's
Yeah, well,
we'll,
we
we'll
never
never we'll never find a Bigfoot body because our science doesn't apply to them.
Well, how about we haven't found a Bigfoot body the same as when was the last time a blue whale washed up on the coast? Or a coelacanth, but we know they're out there.
And we do have blue whales that wash up on the shore, by the way.
Yeah,
Not-
but
Not
it's
very often, but they
yeah.
do. The thing is, they do. That's the thing. We do have evidence. We have seen this going.
We lived with the coelacanth for millennia. We believed that the coelacanth was extinct.
But once again,
And conventional science had said it's extinct, it's gone.
mhm,
Kaput, finished. Nada. No more.
but
And then one day, a Japanese fisherman pulled one up.
Yeah.
Now, who's to say that January the 9th, 2026, somebody out walking the dog in the forests trips over a dead Bigfoot? The fact it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it can't.
I'm not saying it can't happen, but
Well,
they're
yeah.
saying why do
We
apply to
haven't had the body yet. I mean,
they trashed this.
although there have been some fairly, there have been claims that bodies were found.
I'm
And
not just talking about Bigfoot too. I'm talking
No.
about all science, all the paranormal.
they're not, and let's just stick to Bigfoot for one moment.
Okay.
But, and I'm not talking about, they were stolen by the American government and locked up in freezers with the Holy Grail and all that sort of stuff. There have actually been instances where people did claim, Native Americans did claim to, amongst others, that they had physical remains of Bigfoot. but these were not properly examined or not credibly dealt with at the time.
Yeah, we had proof of the Yeti too until they actually examined it.
Well, there are several Yeti skulls believed
That have already been proven to be.
Well, it depends on which version of the proof that you look
Well,
at.
it depends if you want to go into the paranormal. People would say it's a government cover up, or
Exactly. It's like no proof would ever convince a skeptic, and
exactly.
yeah. So
we shouldn't study it. That's you're saying it's fine then.
Well, then we don't study the Loch Ness monster either. And
yes, we do.
Yeah, well, exactly. Of course we do. But we should just simply go, oh, well, yeah, Nessie's there.
We try to understand what it is. So,
well, that's what we're doing.
These guys were actually trashing a scientist for attempting to understand. In such a Bigfoot, it was cryptoids, but it wasn't Bigfoot. Because he was a oh God, let me think. What the heck is he?
Probably a biologist.
What was Jane Goodwin?
Yeah. But the thing is,
well, explain it. So he was looking at the patterns of behavior of like wolves, and I forget what the particular one of crypto they were looking at, but a thing like that. And their answer is to that was useless because these don't behave like other wolves. He just dismissed it just like that, saying, "Don't even try because they're not them."
Yeah, so, that's the argument of the ardent believer, which is, well, we don't know, therefore it could be a possibility. Or
it's always a possibility, but you got to.
No, I mean that what they're trying to do. It's actually very like the woke movement in some ways, because when you argue with these people, they shut you down and say, I don't want to argue with you. It's not worth arguing. It's not worth discussing it with you if you don't understand. If you don't understand, then I'm not going to waste my time explaining it to you. Now, of course, science has a place in examining all phenomena, because because science is not scientists. Science describes a process of observation or having an experience, thinking about it, considering how you could test that idea, devising experiments, testing those ideas, and reaching conclusions. And science works on the basic principle of constantly trying to, I'm going to use the word you don't like here, but debunk itself.
Yeah,
because science works on that principle of let's test to see if it's right and evolve the processes. It's a kind of destructive process. I mean, we used to call the air that surrounds us and that we breathe in, it comprises, 80% nitrogen and 19 oxygen and enough carbon dioxide to wipe out a planet, which is about 0.5%, according to the Greens.
Of course.
But now, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, it was called the ether. Well, it's not ether, is it? It's the atmosphere. Right. Science evolves. In the Middle Ages, people thought that rocks falling from the sky, which they could observe, these things fell from the sky and landed, and God must have done it.
And they had proof too. Yes, like, hey, we got a rock. Look,
God must have done it.
And it's hot, so it must be heavenly, so we can't touch it.
Yeah. So, or as the ancient Egyptians, wow, look at this really weird metal that God has sent us down. We'll make daggers out of it.
Yeah, that's so cool, huh?
Meteoritic iron daggers.
Yeah.
But now we understand them, and but you look at Avi Loeb, who still goes, oh, if it's a bit weird, it must be aliens. It's kind of like, in many ways, I mean, we are the same as the people in the medieval period. Anything we don't understand, we tend to either dismiss outright. Oh, it can't have happened. It never happened. It didn't take place. And if you see a photograph, oh, it's Photoshop or it's AI.
Right.
And if it did happen, then the person's making it up. It's like we haven't evolved much, but science is our way of evolving. That's how we can have this conversation now, because science looked at the principles of electromagnetism and how to transmit these electromagnetic waves and how to utilize them and send information back and forth across them, and we can use Zoom.
Yeah,
So, of course, the scientific process is the only way we will ever understand our surroundings. Simply going, oh, look, the earth must be flat because where I'm standing, all I can see is flat.
see that their attack was that okay, scientists just work on theories. But the thing is, okay, yes, they do work on a theory, but then they do a study on that, and it's there so that other people can see if there's flaws in that theory or what it is. But if you don't like even put it out there, it's like, okay, I'm right and you're not. It's simple as
Well,
that.
science does something more. It works on theories by testing them,
Exactly.
not simply going, everything I look at from when I stand on the beach, the ocean is flat, and we all know that the ocean would always flow. So if it's a ball, it'd run down and blah blah blah. And therefore, I see a flat Earth. Therefore, the Earth is flat.
Right.
Basic observation without testing doesn't work. You have to test so somebody has a theory. Well, what if it's a ball? Well, how can we test it? Well, the ancient Egyptians knew that the planet was a ball, for crying out loud. Science is very important, and blind belief. Where is it? Let me just bear with me for half a second, because I can find it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got on the back of my old phone cover, it says, without data, it's just an opinion.
Fair enough. That's a good
I
observation.
think that sums it up.
Yeah.
Or on my laptop case, it says science doesn't give a fuck about your beliefs.
That was not good, by the way. Sorry.
2026.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, still.
Hey, listen.
Some of this is carried over the year.
Those words are used by the BBC.
Yeah, well, other stations do not take.
Sorry.
And if certain things, you have to redo the rating of the show. So that's.
I'm sure we can put a bleep over that.
I don't think so, because I don't do editing. What you
All right.
what you get with this show is real. Everything we do and say is what we did and said.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
If you have any complaints, write to Ron Kolek.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
CEO Para X.
Yeah, you best.
Get me cancelled. Get me cancelled.
Yeah. So the other, that's the thing, and it's science is like totally misunderstood. I mean, we know how many paranormal groups say, "Yeah, or I'm a medium, but I'm scientific."
Yeah, they've got no content, and yet science, sorry, the scientific method is taught to every school child.
Maybe not nowadays. I don't know what they teach in school anymore. No offense.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it's much dumbed down from my day, but they still teach that basic principle of
that's good.
Observe, hypothesize, test, evaluate, refine the hypothesis, retest, conclude.
Yeah, that's good to know.
It's taught in almost every school, and yet people blindly go, "Well, the ocean looks flat, therefore the Earth is flat."
Yeah.
Or we haven't got a big foot, therefore they can't exist. Or we haven't. It's like observation. And it says observation without data is just opinion.
That's true. All right, so I've got that off my chest. I don't have to worry about it. It's just kind of ranky. It's like
It grinds my gears, as Peter Griffin would say.
Yeah. So, being the end of the year, we were going to make some predictions.
We
Did
were.
you did you think about that at all?
Well, as I said earlier, I mean, it's something I do look at every year, over the Christmas period, looking at the predictions for the coming year and looking back over the predictions that I'd highlighted for the year that's passed, and unerringly, the conclusion is they're not very accurate. In fact, despite what people claim, I don't think that they're in the slightest bit accurate.
Okay.
Um,
I
But as to what happens, I mean, we can make intuitive. I mean, there are companies that employ people called futurologists,
fair enough. There
and
are
their
people
job is
that
actually,
employ people to do feng shui too.
yeah, no, I mean, this is actually a job.
Mhm.
Futurologist is someone who seeks to look at current trends and then predict the next sort of technological, societal um, uh, trends that are coming so that the corporation can respond accordingly, get ahead of the curve. But I mean, I don't see paranormal investigating change. I think UFOs will be bigger this year
I
because
think
that will build on last year. I think what we're seeing and what we have seen since 2024 is a definite decrease in the interest in ghosts and more of an increase in the interest.
oddly enough, though, I just saw some statistics that show that attendance at paranormal conferences is the highest it's been last year.
Paranormal conferences, yeah, because ufology is often incorporated
That's
in them.
true. Fair enough. Yeah, look at
Well, in-
Alien Tour with friend Nick. He's drawing pretty big crowds out there.
he's moved stateside now, hasn't he? He's got a
Yeah,
whole new.
yeah, he skipped there with the guy from Dune. The Harlequin, or
Now,
whatever. The heck.
what we're seeing is, back in the 1950s and 60s, UFOs, aliens, little green men, flying saucers was the big thing. I mean, ghosts have always been there. The ghosts will always be popular and sell copy. But what we're seeing now is a larger shift towards UFOs and governmental conspiracies
Oh yeah.
involving aliens, new world orders, world governments, linked to the aliens and how they've been manipulating us. There is a large volume of people who are now moving in that direction as investigators.
Okay. So
And I think
I wanted to get into some of the predictions of our friend Alabama there, or whatever the hell her name is, but I came across this, which is
Barrett,
is the British royal family obsessed with UFOs?
not really.
According to this, they're
Prince
quite
Philip,
obsessed.
Prince Philip, of all of the royal family, and I did a talk on the paranormal relationships of the royal family.
Mhm.
Prince Philip was very much a man of he was very interested in technology and science, and he was deeply fascinated by the question of that were posed by people reporting UFOs, and he regularly wrote to the Air Ministry and the military saying, what is the truth here?
Mhm.
He was Charles isn't King Charles isn't so much interested in UFOs and aliens. He's much more in tune with uh, spiritual matters.
Well, according to this, let's see, Lee interviewed Dan Costello, who claims to have seen the British royal pilot apparently a prototype aircraft in 1975 that was supposedly of UFO origins.
Well, Prince Philip did have an interest in the Avro Canada's Avro car, I think it was called, the disc-shaped flying vehicle that Avro Canada in the 50s.
Oh, damn it, we ran out of time. Shoot.
But it was Philip who was Prince Philip was the big one into interested in extraterrestrial questions.
Yeah.
Charles is much more spiritual in his outlook.
Much more,
I know because I've talked to him about it
as we know.
over supper.
Yes, we know. Anything else?
Nope. Oh,
When-
I'm on Coast to Coast AM at the end of the month.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, you should be.
It's not. Isn't it on the Parrot X network?
Hell no.
Oh, are they bigger than Parrot X?
It used to be.
Oh, well, anyway, I've got 2 hour slot on Coast to Coast AM coming up at the end of the month, January 28th.
Well,
Maybe.
we'll post that somewhere if you give it to me. If you send me a reminder, I will post it.
It's a fairly biggie. You know,
Yeah.
every time Kieran or Cal goes on it, they're shouting it from the rooftops.
Yeah. I hate to say it. I've been on it as well, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry.
No, it's I've been on it before. Well,
Yeah.
Been on it
Mhm.
several times actually. But,
Right.
so
But
I
you
just
know what? Quite frankly, Coast to Coast
It used to be a big name, didn't it?
it used to be a really big name when what's his name was oh God, I just couldn't damn it.
The guy that was in Close Encounters.
Oh, that guy was shut up. Oh, we gotta go anyway. Anyways, we want to thank everyone.
Got the year the usual start. Crashed
yeah.
the car. Had a snowfall. Got in a blizzard, and yeah, it's Mrs. Stevens' birthday.
Yep, there you go. So there's the roundup.
Mrs. Stevens.
Yep. So, anyways, we do want to say thank you, everybody, for listening. We especially want to thank all our Patreon supporters.
Cheapskates. It's got to be $5. We're gonna
No,
put
it ain't. Maybe if you start producing some crap for it, maybe it might be.
the video I sent the week before Christmas.
No.
Oh, I sent you a video.
Oh, not that I've seen.
Oh, well, I'll try and resend it.
Yeah. Oh, that's an old one, you know. Oh, yeah.
No.
My email must not have gone through. I'm sorry. All right, we got to go anyways. So you've been listening to Ghost Chronicles right here on TogiNet Radio Network and the PowerX Radio Network with Steve Parsons and Ron Kolick. We're brought to you by Circles of Wisdom, 386 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts, the Gallant Messier Family Law Group, 50 High Street, North Andover, Massachusetts, as I got the number wrong again. And, of course, our good friends on Ghost Chronicles Radio on Patreon. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and may all you have a great and profitable 2026.
Good night. Happy New Year.
As long as we don't invade Greenland.
Deliver us, good Lord.
Which is white, by the way.
Well, that's nice. We dropped those in there.
I think we got away with that one.